My friends say, get out of your comfort zone. It's a blessing in disguise.
Hey everybody, this is Andrew from TS for Tech, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this Cam Pro wireless battery-operated security camera from Nooie. This is a 2K security camera, has a spotlight. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick unboxing of this. We'll take a look what you get in the package, and then I'll set it up and we'll get some test footage so you can take a look and see what this is all about. Now you can see this a little bit better now that there's no reflection. So this is a company called Nooie. They have a bunch of different types of cameras and things like that for indoor and outdoor. They have a Doorbell, other sorts of things in their ecosystem. But this is, like I said, the Nooie Cam Pro. The model number is IPC 500. It's waterproof, IP65. Like I said, it's 2K resolution with an H.265 codec. Has two-way audio, motion sensor range up to 20 feet. Has infrared night vision with infrared LEDs that gives you a range of up to 10 meters. The field of view on this is 135 degrees. Operating temperature from minus 20 degrees to 60 degrees Celsius, or minus 4 to 113 Fahrenheit. Has a battery capacity of 5,000 milliamp hours. The outdoor input, if you have a plug for it, it's 5 volts at 1 amp. It does have a base station, so the way that the Nooies work is there's a base station, the camera's connected to the base station. Storage, you can set up in a cloud account with them. I have to check, I don't know, I'm sure that there's probably some sort of cost for the cloud, but you can also put a micro SD card in there and just record locally. The base station obviously will have to be plugged in too. It's 3.4 watts at 5 volts. It has network cable and wireless for the base station. And it's Wi-Fi 802.11bgn, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. You can use your phones, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, pretty quick overview of the stats of this. If you do have an outdoor, I don't know if it's out yet, but they are going to come out with a solar panel option for this. So if you do have this outside and you don't want to keep charging it every once in a while, they will have a fully remote solar panel option. Or if you have an outdoor electrical connection, you can plug it in. You will have to get a separate cord. I don't think they provide that with this. So basically a couple stickers here. My home is protected by Nooie. And this is what the box looks like. So you'll see I'll just try to pull this out. So in here you have a few different things in this package. Basically Ethernet cable, if you're going to use that. It's a thin Ethernet cable. Have a power adapter, USB plug, some mounting screws if you want to mount on the wall, a little mounting clip. So the way that this works is you basically mount this wherever you want to, and then the outdoor or the mount for the camera kind of just slips on that, snaps down, and then the camera mounts to this. Camera mounts to that with a magnetic connection. There is a hard mount, but this only looks to have a magnet, which is pretty strong. So you also have a port cover for a micro USB connector. So if you have this plugged in, and then the front of this, obviously the camera lens, IR illuminators, a light. And the thing is, this does not detach. So it does not have a detachable battery, but if you need to take it in to charge, you just pull it off the mount and then charge it. So like I said, it said 5,000 milliamp hours, so this should last probably pretty good. If it's not constantly recording. You have your motion sensor set appropriately. This should probably last you, I don't know, we'll have to see. I read somewhere it can last a couple months depending on activity and recording and all that stuff. So that's the actual camera. Not too big, not too heavy, kind of this beige color. Now on their website they do have some skins you can buy to change the color of this. I think there was black and something else, but it looks like the default is kind of like this beigey color, which I guess if you're going to have outdoors, Like my house is actually this kind of taupe beige, so this would blend in with, you know, really whatever I had going on out from outdoors. And then the actual base station for this it has a built-in wall plug, so you just plug this in. As you can see, there is an Ethernet jack at the bottom, so if you want to plug this into your router or into your switch or home network, you can do that. So I'm going to turn a few of these lights off so that you can actually try to hopefully see my screen here. Turn the brightness up. I did plug in the base station, and I loaded and signed into the Nooie app. So you can hear Nooie. I'm not going to go through the setup, but basically you have to set up an account, log in, and then you are, you know, kind of at the app screen where you can add a device. So I'm going to go ahead and say add a device. I'm going to add the base station. It says plug it in, wait till there's a blue flashing light. Now I can see it. It's just on the floor over here. So I got my wireless. I'm going to type my password in. So basically you have to connect your wireless or your Wi-Fi to the base station so that it can grab the information. So right now it's pairing. Okay, so it did, the base station did pair, so you can name it whatever you want to name it. And then if you want, then it gets the next screen. It's like, what do you want to add? Do you want to add a doorbell or a Cam Pro? I'm going to add the Cam Pro. Press the button once. So I did have to press the button on the base station. So now it's flashing. I pressed the button on the back of here. I heard the thing. I'm going to say this is, I'm going to call this front yard. And then here we go. So now the camera is connected, as you can see. Connected to the base station, and I can view it in the app. So basically at this point, I'm going to charge this up because it looks like it is a little bit low. And then I'm going to set this up in my yard and let it record for a few days. And then show you what the experience is in the app, and I'll jump to the computer and kind of give my thoughts, finish up the tail end of this review. But hopefully that was helpful. You're not going to have to wait any time. I'm going to jump right over to the computer and start to talk about my thoughts on this. So I set this up a few days ago, and as you can see, you can imagine, this is mounted underneath my mailbox. So it's mounted on my mailbox, kind of facing back towards my house, but also I positioned it so it can get a little bit of the street in the end of my driveway in the view, because this was an angle I was interested in kind of getting notifications from. It's kind of like close to the street, but facing my house, because I do have some other cameras on the house that face the street, but often, you know, people or things are too far away from them to actually get a good view. The one thing I'll have to say is at this point, the wireless signal on the actual camera often varies from good to weak. I mean, obviously, as you see, it's kind of far from the house. I do have an Eero mesh Wi-Fi system where there is an access point kind of near the front door. So, you know, there's still a range in between, and, you know, there's some brick in between, and my, you know, cars in the way and all of that. So, but I don't think it's affected the actual performance of this, because the camera has recorded and triggered well, and I haven't really had any issues with that at all. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and show a little bit of the triggered video. Now I did set this to, I think first I had it at 15 seconds per event, and I upped that to actually 20 seconds. So, you know, obviously might use a little bit more battery life. And I'll just show you a few of the things that it caught. Now I do have this on for human detection, so it shouldn't be capturing just, you know, other motion or animals or anything like that. It should only be triggering for humans, which is what I want to do for this aspect of it, because it is battery powered. It is by my mailbox. I really only care if someone's walking into my driveway from the street, or parking, getting out of a car and walking towards the house. And here's a little bit of footage of when I was actually trying to set the camera up and determine where the best place to mount it on the mailbox would be. So I'm here just kind of using the app and trying to view it, and then kind of repositioning it and messing around, right? So again, just trying to figure out the best placement. So you can just watch a little bit of this, and then maybe I'll give my high-level overview or thoughts on the actual device.
Overall, I think this is a really good device. It gets good footage. It seems to be easy to use. The one thing I could say is the app seems to have some pretty low reviews in the Apple App Store. And I don't know really what that's because, I don't know why that is, because I didn't really have a problem with the app. It's a little bit slow. I think when it's connecting to the camera or the base station. So maybe that has something to do with it. But overall, once you get the actual device set up, it's pretty nice. And it gives you notifications, push notifications if it detects motion and things like that. So overall, I'm going to have to see how this performs over time and what the battery life is and whatnot. But I think this is actually a pretty cool device. If you have any questions, go ahead and post those below and I'll be sure to answer them. And if you made it this far, please consider subscribing to the channel. This is Andrew from TS for Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Oh no, anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to feel? Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's enough.